core responsibility of the President of the United States is to take care that the laws are faithfully executed, right? Not defied, not violated, not trashed, not rewritten, to take care that the laws are faithfully executed, which is precisely what's not happening today.
Mr. Raskin. So thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to respond, because it irks me when I see us sitting in these rooms and when I hear your fights. I don't hear government working for the people. I see government working for government, whatever the heck that sounds like, okay? And I would like, for one, that it is about my safety and about my well-being. And in situations like this, and in as many others like that, it is clear that these regulations are not put in place with us in mind, and that needs to stop. And the fact that, Mr. Raskin, you're here this whole time we've been here, you've just been complaining about the process. I'll call it a process. And again, I'm not disagreeing with your issues right now around Musk and the process that's following Mr. Vladek, the process that you're following. At some point, what is the end game? Isn't the end game to make us, the American people, better off? Isn't it? Isn't it? No, I hear you saying that the stuff that would make us better off doesn't matter. All you care about right now.
This African economist didn't just challenge Jamie Raskin, she completely unraveled his argument in front of Congress. While he leaned on procedure and decades-old programs, she cut straight to the core of what truly drives a nation forward: entrepreneurship, freedom, and the rule of law. It wasn't just a disagreement, it was a decisive takedown. Raskin didn't simply struggle to respond, he was left scrambling. And if you see this as just another partisan clash, you're overlooking what was really at stake: the direction of the American economy, the principles that shape opportunity, the balance of power between government and the people. She didn't just win a debate, she reframed the entire conversation and reminded everyone where real economic strength begins.
As that, yeah, the president is on top of the executive branch, but we're the lawmaking power. And who sorts out the conflict if there's a conflict? The courts do. And what have the courts been saying? They've said a dozen times in 3 weeks that they're violating the Constitution of the United States and the laws passed by Congress. That's what's going on in America today. That's what we should be having a hearing about. Not some airy academic conversation about the administrative state, whatever they mean by that. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
To lead the world diplomatically, to lead the world militarily, you first have to lead the world economically. And to lead the world economically, you need some basic things. You need readily available energy at affordable cost, and you need freedom. That's Mrs. Wade's point. And you know what? We had a lot more freedom when that chart that Mr. Smith just put up there was a lot lower in regulations, which would help people like Ms. Wade and Mr. Smith, the entrepreneurs who make our economy go and go and go, be able to do their thing. Ms. Wade, you wanted to respond to one of the Democrats. I forget who was asking or saying something. You wanted to respond. I'm going to give you a chance to respond, then I'm going to go to our economists and to Mr. Smith.
I want to respond two things. Mr. Garcia is gone, but I wish he was here, and same with Mr. Korea, I think it was. So I'll start with Mr. Garcia when he brought up, oh, these prosper, these zones she wants in here, no space for them here in America. Well, guess what? It is going to happen in America. And that article that you brought up, you know, foreign policy, I just would like, the same way that article is going to be included, I would like for the FAQ that I'm going to send you to be included in there as well, so we can refute all those claims that are made in articles like that. If anything, these zones were put in place by the government of Honduras itself in this situation. Government of Honduras. And if anything, we know by now that organizations like the USAID, funding NGOs, have been actually undermining this type of initiatives, because these are anti-business NGOs. So USAID hurting us, there you go. And then Mr. Korea, who is not here, I wish he was here when he had the nerves to tell us that these regulations are here to help us. I just would like for him to answer me to this situation. Around the 1800s, since the 1800s, it was known that lead pipes that were being used for, that we were using were toxic, bad, causing probably brain damages in children. As early as 1800, it was known. Then you tell me, why is it that it took until 1986 for it to be taken care of. In the meantime, you had the mayor of Chicago who made it mandatory for builders, to use lead pipes for the water pipes. Where did government really help us here? Where? I wish Mr. Correa was here. Government is helping us. These regulations are helping us. Give me a break. And I see you looking at each other like this. I will send you my report on this, Mr. Raskin. So thank you so much for giving me that opportunity to respond, because it irks me when I see us sitting in these rooms and when I hear your fights. I don't hear government working for the people. I see government working for government, whatever the heck that sounds like, okay? And I would like, for one, that it is about my safety and about my well-being. And in situations like this, and in as many others like that, it is clear that these regulations are not put in place with us in mind. And that needs to stop. And the fact that, Mr. Raskin, you're here this whole time we've been here, you've just been complaining about the process. I'll call it a process. And again, I'm not disagreeing with your issues right now around Musk and the process that's following Mr. Vladek, the process that you're following. At some point, what is the end game? Isn't the end game to make us, the American people, better off? Isn't it? Isn't it? No, I hear you saying that the stuff that would make us better off doesn't matter. All you care about right now is a process of Musk and his associates are not doing this the right way. Is the goal moral and right or not? If you say it is, as I think you should be saying, then the fight shouldn't be about, we need to take Musk down or Trump down. Let us rethink that if you want, but keep your eye on the ball, and your ball should be me. It should be me. I'm sorry, it should be me. Yeah. It should be me. How do we make me better off?
The president's foremost duty is clear. Faithfully execute the laws of the United States. Not bend them, not rewrite them, not selectively ignore them. Yet today, you courts are repeatedly stepping in because laws passed by Congress are being tested against the Constitution. While some academics debate the administrative state as if it's an abstract classroom theory, everyday Americans are focused on results, and global leadership, whether diplomatic or military, begins with economic strength. That strength depends on affordable energy, reliable access to resources, and the freedom to build and compete. That's the case, Mrs. Wade, the African economist, she laid out. In contrast to Jamie Raskin, she argued that real growth comes from the risk-takers, the entrepreneurs who invest their own time, capital, and vision, not from layers of regulations, mandates, or expanding bureaucracies. Raskin defended decades of government expansion dating back to Franklin D. Roosevelt and agencies like the Environmental Protection Agency and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. But Wade countered that many regulations, however well-intended, have too often slowed innovation and concentrated power in Washington rather than empowering citizens. Her message was straightforward. Throughout history, from outdated infrastructure policies to modern overregulation, government intervention hasn't always translated into greater prosperity. Often, it has expanded authority more than opportunity, and she didn't limit that principle to America. Applying the same logic to Africa, she emphasized entrepreneurship, secure property rights, and intellectual freedom as the foundations for strong economies. Though rooted in an Afrocentric perspective, her broader lesson was universal. Economic progress flourishes when individuals are empowered, not when dependency grows. While political debates swirl around figures like Donald Trump or innovators such as Elon Musk, Wade redirected the focus to fundamentals. Freedom to innovate, freedom to create, and freedom to build wealth. Members like Jim Jordan echoed that sentiment, that ultimate power doesn't rest solely in Washington institutions, but in the drive, ingenuity, and liberty of the American people themselves. Her argument wasn't just about winning a hearing room exchange, it was about reminding Congress and the country that thriving economies are built by empowered citizens, not political theatrics. And that principle, she suggested, is what has shaped every strong nation in history.